All right.
He was singing.
All right. Hey, how many of y'all have one of these today? Go ahead and pull it out. I want to see it. Chris has got? Okay. Well, you're going to adopt Sister Jeanette's too. She's going to be representative. Okay. You're going to represent, or let John's phone represent yours. All right, everybody's got one. Might need it here in a little bit. I don't know about you, but I found a new trick on my phone. I can boot it up, go to my contacts, I can swipe, and hit delete. I can. It's not very difficult. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Sheldon Cooper could do it. We can do it. Okay? The name of the message, or the title of the message, is You Catch What You're Close To. Swipe left and delete. Very easy task. Some of us need to take our phones out, go to our contacts, and start deleting those who are bringing us down. Why else would you want to keep someone in your phone as a contact for whatever reason other than you like to hold on to the past, or you like to hold on to someone that's bringing you down? I don't know why you would want to keep someone in your phone, your contact, that brings you down. Delete them out of your phone until they can start bringing you up. I don't know about you, but my phone has in this case, it's a little book and it's got a little plus sign. So whenever they start contributing to my life in a godly way, guess what? They get to come back. All right? That's when I can add them back. But until then, until they become a positive influence in my life, instead of always bringing me down, they're deleted. I know it sounds kind of simple, but have you ever thought, someone brought it up to me the other day at work. I had walked in and I was in such a good mood. I had a good time driving in. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You get to turn some music on. You may even get some prayer time in and everything like that on your short commute to work. And I came in and I was in a fantastic mood. So I sit at my desk, and in my office, of course, I don't drink coffee. I do drink hot chocolate, but I have the, what is it, Kirk or whatever it's called, the little K-cups and stuff like that. And in my office, other people come in there and they noticed that I was in a good mood as soon as I walked through. And so they fixed their coffee and everything, and they went to their desk, and I don't know, about 5 or 10 minutes later, they came back, and then all of a sudden, after I scrolled through Facebook and through all my contacts and everything like that, all my peeps, something fell across me that I just don't understand. For some reason, all of a sudden, in that short time period, I was mad. I was upset. I wasn't happy anymore. No one said anything to me. All I did was just swipe through, scroll through Facebook. And that was it. And they asked me, Robert, how do you go from feeling so good and being so happy and singing those goofy songs to now you're mad at the world? So I thought, I kind of laughed it off at the moment, but then I started thinking, okay, why? Honestly, 10 minutes ago, I walked through the door, I was happy, singing, and having a good time. Mommy was about to give me a bottle, and I'm going to be happy. I love it. Love it. How do you switch so fast? I don't know about you. Maybe you're more holier than thou. All right? And that doesn't hit you as quickly. But have you ever noticed that you could be in a good mood, you're talking to your husband or your spouse, you're talking to the kids, you're talking to your friends, you get on Facebook, you start scrolling down, reading, watching, and all of that. All of a sudden you're in a bad mood. Something ticks you off. Maybe it's a political video, whatever. But all of a sudden, you're upset. You catch what you're close to. I noticed that I didn't feel it while I was scrolling. But last Thanksgiving, not this past one, but the one before, I had eaten about 3 meals. And I got home. It was too late for me to take a nap. I go to the pantry because whenever I'm bored, sometimes I eat. So there was a brand new package of Oreos in the cabinet. So I sit down. Angel's off doing whatever she's doing. I sit down and I start eating Oreos. And I don't know if you noticed this, but there's 3 sleeves of Oreos. All right. Not proud to say this, but what I do is I aim whenever I sit down, I'm only going to eat 1 sleeve. Dang, Pastor, that's a lot. It is, but hey, after you get finished with this story, you'll understand why I only eat 1. All right, so I finished the 1. I said, well, God, man, I'm still hungry. You know, my taste buds are not telling me, hey, this is going to make you sick. They're saying, oh, this is good. I'm going to keep eating it. So I take another one of the last sleeve. And I don't know about you, but the new Oreos, you know, they have that sticky thing you flip. And it just opens like to the center. All right? And you can't ever get on the new sleeve the very center one. So I'm tearing it up and everything like that. So I rip it, and now the one missing, which was the middle one, now I'm going to start at the one on the left. So I take a cookie, and before you know it, I have eaten the whole bag. But listen, while I was eating and tearing that bag up, it was good. It tasted good. Nothing was telling me, hey, you're going to be sick or anything like that. You're going to be miserable or anything like that. But about 45 minutes later, I got sick. No difference than the phone. I was perfectly happy. I was perfectly content. Everything was going okay. I start looking through Facebook. I start looking and scrolling and everything like that. 10 minutes later, I'm sick and I'm mad. I'm angry and I'm upset, and I have no reason and no excuse other than, I don't know. It just made me feel that way. Maybe you need to start looking at your phone. Maybe you need to start looking at your Facebook and start deleting what's making you upset. What's making you sick. Okay? While I did some studying to find out why I was so upset, I found out that I came across a particular post of some people I know that were going on vacation. But what everybody doesn't know, but what I knew, is that family's in debt. They're having a hard time paying for their bills and everything like that. They've even hit you up for some money at times. But now they're on vacation. You ever been there? You ever come across that? Well, what I found out is I got upset because God's blessing someone, and I don't think He should bless them. Have you ever been there? How dare God bless a family like that by going on vacation and having a good time and didn't even consult me about it? Didn't even ask me about it. Didn't even. I had to find out on Facebook what God was doing with this family. Have we ever been there? Have you ever been there? I have. Here I am, God's blessing a family, and because of my selfishness and everything like that, I'm passing judgment on them. And how dare God do that without letting me know? Caught me off guard. And that's the whole thing. I was upset. I don't know about you, but I look at it as, before I had a feeling, I had a thought. That thought got me in trouble. It got me into what we talk about this church. Don't judge. All right? And this is why we don't judge. All right? Exactly why we don't judge. Because the same judgment that I used on them, I will turn around and use it on myself. Now listen to that. the same judgment that you're going to judge someone else, you're going to judge yourself. And let's just suppose that God was blessing you. And instead of enjoying that blessing and everything like that, but because you judged another family, all right, and didn't realize God was blessing them, you thought that they were just being bad stewards and they were just spending money and asking everybody else. But God blessed them. All right. You know what? God is capable of blessing you too. But if you're so caught up in judging, then you're going to miss the blessing that God's got for you. So that is a big foundation of this church. We don't judge. Because if we get in the habit of judging, then we start judging ourselves. And if we start judging ourselves, then guess what? You're going to get upset. You're going to be mad. And how much of a blessing can you be to other people if you're the one involved in being mad and being negative and judging all the time? So stop it. I'm telling you, this device can be a big asset. All right? But if it's causing thoughts and it's causing you to judge, you need to start doing something about that. You know, I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I want to make sure that I get this point across. So I'm going to read this, basically what I've already said. I got offended the other day because I saw God blessing someone He wasn't supposed to bless. Did you ever watch God do something awesome to the wrong person? And God didn't even ask you about it. He didn't even consult you about it. And this is what happens when you become a victim of your own judgment. Now listen to this. When you become a victim of your own judgment and you start judging others that way, you will soon judge yourself in the same manner. So when you catch a thought of judging others, don't be surprised when the judgment comes upon you. We catch a cold, we catch the flu, we catch sickness. But the biggest sickness that we as Christians have is our thoughts. I don't know about you, but test this today after church. Get on your phone, all right? First of all, take inventory of yourself. Are you in a good mood or are you in a bad mood? Pretty simple, black and white here. Picking up my phone, let's say at 1 o'clock. I'm in a good mood. Scroll down to all your friends, all your buddies, all your buddettes and all that. Wait 10 minutes and then take inventory again and see what kind of mood you're in. If you're in a good mood, great. People are building you up. You're enjoying people's lives. But a lot of times what we do is we start judging and we start, well, I don't know about you, but I watched this the other day. I saw one getting on Facebook, scrolling down and everything like that. And they were getting mad at the fact that their life was better than this person's. So they were getting upset because their life seems to be better than their very own. So, problem number one, you can't be happy for other people. Other people can't be better off than you. I don't know, but what I found out, especially in the ministry, is you could live in a brick home, totally decked out, everything, beautiful from the outside, but you will never know what's actually going on inside that brick home. And I've seen where you could live in a trailer house. Looks run down, looks old, needs repair. And that's the happiest home you'll ever be in. So just because you get on Facebook and you hear all these feel-good messages and posts and everything like that, and you start judging your life by what you're reading, what you're seeing, what you're doing is inviting that unhappiness into your home and into your life, because again, you don't know what's actually going on behind closed doors. So I start deleting those kind of posts because I don't want to judge. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be I want to be content with what I have. I'm happy at this church. I'm happy with everybody in this church. I'm blessed with that. So, Cupcake, if your thoughts are being negative, and Cupcake, if they're hurting your feelings, go ahead and do what I told you at the beginning of this message. Hit the delete button. It's simple. It really is. Get them out of your life for right now, until either you mature or they mature where you can handle a relationship with them. And just don't think just because it's just a post or what have you, it's affecting you. It's causing something in your life, whether it be positive or negative. It's causing. I don't know about you, but have you ever thought about God and Satan, one on each shoulder? I'm a grown man, you're a grown woman, grown man, what have you. Your thoughts influence you so badly. All right? You have God on this shoulder, you have Satan on this, and they're in the same realm. You can sugarcoat it, what have you. They're on the same level. One's just on your left shoulder, the other one's on your right shoulder. All right? You don't hear them audibly. All right? God gets in your thoughts. Satan gets in your thoughts. How are you going to tell them apart? At least if they spoke to you and it was audible, you could say, okay, I recognize that voice. That's God's voice. All right? And it might be, a James Earl Jones or someone like that. Distinct voice. And then Satan's side, it might be a Pee Wee Herman. All right? But how do you know if it's just a thought, whether it's a God thought or a Satan thought? I don't know about you, but I can't get on Facebook and I can't scroll down without having thoughts. All right? Tell me, was it God blessing them? Was it God blessing them so much that they could go on vacation? I don't know about you, but the Satan that I know and the one that I'm familiar with, and I'm quite familiar with him, he doesn't like to bless people. All right? And if something good happens or it seems to be good, there's always a price to be paid. But I don't know. I have to think about it. I just want God to speak to me in an audible voice so I can tell James Earl Jones is God, Pee Wee Herman is Satan. I can tell them apart. It's not that simple, people. It really isn't. But you got to be careful of who and what you let in your life. Because when it comes down to it, 3, arguably 4 voices you're going to hear. You're going to hear God's, you're going to hear yourself, and you're going to hear Satan. And I don't know about you, but sometimes it's hard for me to tell those voices apart. And one of them belongs to me. So if you're having negative thoughts, if you're always down and depressed and upset and you just don't think your life's going your way, Buttercup, get over it. You're listening to the wrong voice. I'm sure yourself, you don't want to be down and out and depressed and mad and all that. So you're not against yourself. That's one of the voices. You know God doesn't want you down, depressed, mad, angry, upset, being selfish, being judging. So that's two voices. All right? So by logic, you got 2 out of 3 chances of being right. And you constantly are choosing the third one, which is wrong. And then you want to blame everybody else. You want to blame Facebook. You want to blame your wife. You want to blame your job. You want to blame your circumstances because you're so unhappy. Get over it. Grow up. You know better. I'm mad at myself because people at work know who I am. They like me or they don't like me. Not for me to judge. But if they could notice that 1 minute I'm happy and I'm upbeat and I'm glad, and then 10 minutes later I'm defeated, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm not content, that's not a testimony I want. I may very well be bad and upset, but I don't want them to know that. I don't. Well, you're just being fake. You're being hypocritical. No, I'm not. It's the choices that I made. It's the decisions that I made that got me on that side. And I don't want people to think that's who I am. Well, Brother Robert, that's still being fake and hypocritical. So be it then. I stand in front of you that way. But the Lord tells me in the very end that we win. Sis had mentioned something in I was thinking, you know, whenever you're a single mom or single parent and it's this time of the year and you've got gifts to buy and you've got a expectation of being happy and everything's going great, and you realize when you look in your checkbook or your debit card or whatever the case may be, you realize, you know what, you got $1 million dream and you got $1.95 in the bank. It's hard to believe in God. It's hard to believe in fellow Christians. It's hard to believe in a Torah for tot. It's just hard. But if you could rewind and go back to 10, 15 years ago when you felt exactly that way, and look where you're at today, you made it through it. No one died from it. No one's worse off. In most cases, what I look around is a lot of people are better off today than they were back then. No, Brother Robert, I'm not. I'm still getting defeated. I'm still getting sick. Well, take your attitude. If I always talk to my wife in a negative way, you're lazy, you don't do anything, when you cook, it's burnt, when you order out, you order the wrong stuff. Really? We're going to go that way. I would rather say, hey, I love the food. I appreciate you trying. We all make mistakes, but I know you love me, and I know you're trying. It's all in your attitude. It's all in the way you look at it. But it all starts, that feeling always starts with a thought. It always starts with a thought. And guess who controls the thoughts? Only you. Never, never, never have I been able to reach in someone's brain and mind and grab their thoughts. I thought I could, But if I'm honest and standing right here, right now, I've never been able to do that. So if I come across the thought that I'm always being defeated, I'm this, I'm that, God, I'm a bad person, all that, all I can say is, shut up and pick the other two. I hope that's not ugly. I hope that's not wrong. And I hope you can take that with a godly love that it's intended. But my God, there's enough negative out there. Why should you harbor it? Why should you lay that egg, sit on it until it hatches? What it is you're too involved in yourself that you can't even be happy because you're too busy judging other people, and the way you're judging them is the way you're judging yourself. So you need to start judging people a lot better. Matter of fact, stop judging people, all right? Start living your life and doing what you know you should be doing. Most people are unhappy because they know they're doing something they know that they shouldn't be doing. But it's not me, it's someone else doing it. You're accepting it. If I had a $100 bill and I gave it to Tim, he has an option. He could either take it or he could, no thank you, I appreciate it. Going through Facebook. Accept it or delete it. I know what's going to happen. And I'm afraid y'all are afraid that this is going to happen. I open Facebook, I only have 3 posts to read. I've seen people get mad at work because they have no internet and they can't they can't look at their Facebook or whatever their social media. I'm just using Facebook as a platform. If it's bringing you down that much, get rid of it. It's that simple. I tell you what, I'll put it to you this way. It's going to be crude, it's going to be ugly, and I hope it doesn't offend you. But let me tell you, if I brought a prostitute home to Miss Angel, how long do you think she's going to stay? Not long at all. So why would you bring garbage like that into your house? That's what it is. Let me tell you, you can put makeup on a pig, lipstick, all that, but when it comes down to it, that pig is still a pig. No matter what you say about it, no matter how much makeup and how much you fix it up, when it comes down to it, it's still a pig. Look at it that way. Facebook's got a lot of pigs. Very few kittens. I see kitty TikToks all the time. And aren't they so cute? They're kind of like Elliot. So cute and cuddly and everything like that. But just scroll one more post down or one more video down, see what you get. Because for every one good one, you'll probably get 25 bad ones. So just by odds in itself, there's a lot you need to get rid of. I was looking through my phone whenever I was going to try to demonstrate this, and I came, just in the A's, I saw about 12 people that I haven't even talked to in years. Why are they in my phone? They probably don't even have that phone number anymore, and that contact's probably all wrong to begin with. Why am I still holding on to that? Why are you still holding on to what you're holding on to? Let it go. God is a bigger person than I could ever be. He's able to forgive, replace, and I'm sure if I delete one, He can find a replacement for that one. That's simple. Y'all stand, please.